What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you being here, clicking on this video. This video is going to be geared to, I get a lot of different questions, so I'm hoping to answer some or most of them here. As you know, I'm a new Amazon and eBay seller, and a lot of people have questions, right? A lot of people want to know, how do I get started with FBA? How did you get started with FBA? What did you start with? How much did you start with? What product did you start with? Where do you live? How's your area? Do you have this? There's so many questions I get on a daily basis, and I'm so grateful that you guys stay interactive with me. I really appreciate it. Please keep DMing me your questions, and I try to get back to you as soon as I can. This is a video about me and answering your questions. So one of the most frequent questions that I get all the time is, what do I do? As you know, meaning what do I do? What is my 9 to 5? I am a part-time reseller with my business. I do have a 9 to 5 job, and that 9 to 5, like anybody's 9 to 5, you work, you make money, you save a little, you pay your bills, you buy food, you take care of your family, you wash, rinse, repeat, right? It's wash, rinse, repeat with the 9 to 5. I am a bank manager. I've managed a bank for 5 years. I've been in banking for almost 10 years. Started off as a teller, by the way. When I took the first bank job, it was definitely a pay cut from the previous job. I was only making, $13 an hour as a teller, but with the hopes of rising up and becoming big in the company or in the banking sector. Sometimes it's a little difficult to find time because my commute is so long with my 9 to 5. As you remember in this video right here, I took you on a journey from morning until night, what I do. From the time I leave my house at 6:20 in the morning till I arrive at work at 8:30, that's a 2-hour commute, and then coming home, it's a good hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes sometimes. So you can check that video when you get a chance if you want to see more of the commute that I have. So the next question I get is, where do I find the time if I'm leaving at 6:30 in the morning, which means I have to be up at 5:30 to get ready to go to work, and I'm not getting home until 6:30, 7 o'clock, where am I finding the time to do this? It's really simple. You got to make time. You have to make time. A lot of times when I would come home, 6:30, 7 o'clock. God bless my wife, always has dinner ready or will order out. I would eat, shower, come sit on the couch for about 2.5 hours that I had left to kind of relax. Now, what I do is either I source right after work, so sometimes I'm not home till 8:30 because I have a little bit of hopes that I could try to kiss my little girl, who's 4, goodnight before she goes to bed. But a lot of times I'm home late because I'm either sourcing, or when I do come home at 6:37, I'll eat and I'll shower, and then it's right in the garage and I'm packing eBay orders, or I am setting up de-stickering, I like to call it, the Amazon shipments, because those are going to probably go out during the weekend. And what I do is I typically have a little schedule. So before, it used to be I would source on Thursday nights, Friday nights, and then I would use Saturday afternoon and night to pack, and Sunday morning to deliver my shipments to UPS. Now what's happening as I'm growing, I'm finding myself kind of going out after work a little bit more frequently than just 2 to 3 days. And I'm spending a little bit more time trying to pack the boxes because there's more of them. So I generally try to use the weekends for my pack and ship to UPS. So, it's just really finding the time. Listen, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. I would love nothing more than to wake up every day, kiss my wife and daughter, have breakfast, do what I have to do, source, go in the garage, pack what I gotta do, and call it a day. And that would be my passion, right? It's doing what I love. It's what I'm doing now, but on a full-time basis. But for now, this is what I have to work with. So I have to make it work if I want to make it work for me full-time. I have to make it work, and I have to put in the sacrifice, the struggle, the absenteeism, and just kind of run with it. And that's how I find time, because I make time. I don't make excuses. All right, so another question I always get is, how did I start Amazon FBA? So if you didn't check out my interview here, you'd know that what I did was, before I even, so I started basically, to make a long story short, I started in September of 2018. Yes, I'm a pretty new reseller in the game. I would watch other resellers, such as some of the big dogs. Shout out to Richie Resells, huge source. Steve Rakin over at Rakin Profits, Side Hustle Pros. Renzi, that team is great. A lot of inspiration there. And just kind of going down, flipping profits. I really enjoy watching that team and how they're a family going out. And just, seeing everybody has different situations. Some have kids, some don't have kids. Some are single, some do it with their family. Shout out to Romer the Roamer. He's on top of his game too. Shout out to Buy Low, Sell Hines. That's one of my boys right there. So I really just did my homework, and I started watching all these YouTube videos. And when you're watching these YouTube videos, and even listen, I'm a victim myself. Sometimes I try to show you the real, because not every day is good. I just did a video where I went to 3 stores and 2 of them had 0. I only found stuff at 1 store. But it's really how much profit you're taking from each product. If you go to 3 stores, but you only found $1,000 in profit in 1 store, it doesn't matter. You found that profit. You put in that work. What I started doing was, like I said, watching the videos, putting in the research, and then really just doing. At some point, you can only do so much research before you just have to stop and do. You have to execute. You can spend all day watching videos, but if you're not actually going out, spending your money, sourcing your own products, scanning your own barcodes, doing it for yourself, you're never going to see any results. So, that's what I did. Under Reezy Resells, let's keep it straight up. He was doing some books. I was like, wow, he's buying books on the cheap and he's selling them for pretty good profit. Let's go see if this really works. So what I did was, there was a library right next to my 9 to 5, and I walked in with a $20 bill. I bought about 16 books at 50 cents a piece. I spent $8. So I took $8 and I actually flipped that into $51. So I took a $20 bill. I actually did not even spend the whole $20. I only spent $8. Took those books, sent them into Amazon, and said, hey, let's see what happens. Well, as I looked at my seller account, we ended up making $51. So then I'm like, okay, cool, 51 bucks, no big deal. I realized I paid some money for shipping, so it really wasn't 51. It was 51 minus 8 minus shipping, but I still made a small profit. Took that money, reinvested it. Came out over $100. This was just books. And then took that $100, flipped it over, $250, flipped it, made $400. Once I got past $500, I started getting into small amounts of retail arbitrage via toys, clearance aisles, and all that good stuff. And then took that 500, turned into 1,000, and so on and so on and so on. You just keep flipping. If you need to take some of your profit to pay your bills, hey, listen, that's life. We all got to do it, right? We all have bills. Bills don't go away. And but it's really important to take most of your money and flip it, turn that profit, and keep doing that over and over. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what we do. So that's how I started. That's what I started with. And that's how I got to where I am right now, and how it's going to help me project into the future. Another question I get frequently is, people ask me what they should start with. And honestly, there's a real short answer. I can't tell you what to start with. I can tell you, with my success that I've had in it, starting out with books, I would probably recommend starting out with books for anybody that's just starting out. What you can do is, myself, I have an Amazon seller professional account. I pay $40 a month for this account. And what it does is it takes away a 99 cent per item fee that you would get with the free account. So let me explain how they have it set up. You have two types of accounts when you sign up for an Amazon seller account. You have the Amazon individual account, which is essentially a free account to sign up with, but you're limited to selling 40 products per month. And in addition to the Amazon FBA fees, there is a 99 cent upcharge per item. So you're paying that $40 a month regardless. You're just paying it when you sell the item instead of paying it up front. With the Amazon professional seller account, you pay the $40 up front and you can sell unlimited products as long as you're ungated in those products. As long as you're allowed to sell those products, you should be able to easily make that 40 back if you're at that point in time. So what I would recommend you selling or starting with is start with the book sector. It's a low cost. You know, you could go to libraries, you can go to Savers, Goodwill, yard sales, book sales. You can find used books just about anywhere, and you can generally find them from 50 cents to $1. If you're going to Savers and you get pissed off like I do sometimes, you know, and you're wondering why they're charging $3.99 a book, whatever. $3.99 a book, just make sure your profit margin can support that, and you can spend a little bit more for the book to sell that there used. So that's what I would recommend starting with, or anybody who's thinking about getting into Amazon. You might not like to sell books. Like, I never thought that I would sell books, but it's a great way to start low and build your capital. So, another question, sales rank. What is it? Why would I care about it? How do you gauge it? What's Keepa.com? So, sales rank is a number that Amazon assigns every product in their respectable category based on how many sales that particular product makes. For instance, if a product comes out and it's got a 500,000 sales rank, 500,000 doesn't necessarily mean, if it's 500,000 in the kitchen sector, doesn't mean 500,000 is the same rank in the book sector, okay? Because the kitchen sector might have 26 million products in it, okay? I'm just throwing a number out there. So 500,000 out of 26 million doesn't seem that bad. But 500,000 out of 86 million seems a lot better because there's a lot more product in that sector. So it's all about research. So sales rank is important, but you have to understand sales rank is a snapshot in time. Just because you scan a book and it's 96,000, this is where you have to get Keepa. You do have to pay a monthly subscription for Keepa, but I love the site, so I use Keepa and I pay for it. It's worth it for me. I recommend you getting it too. There's also another website called Helium 10. I have not used Helium 10. I've only heard that it is a free service and that it is able to track sales rank, but the industry standard is Keepa, so I stick with Keepa. You scan a book, it's 90,000, but if you really do the research, that 90,000 might not be worth it, because if you study the chart, it might have not have sold, you know, a previous book till a month ago. So if you're okay with selling one book per month, then I guess that would be okay. But if you're like me and you want to push that book out as soon as it's checked in, you want to make sure that Keepa chart is, you know, you like that motion? That's a good motion, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. That's what you want. It's like giving a shiatsu massage. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you want your Keepa chart to look like. You want it to look like a shiatsu. All right. That's why you love me. So like a shiatsu, like this. The graph. Shiatsu. Yeah. So it's very important. I mean, that's just a brief overview of sales rank. It's very hard to explain sales rank in 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, you know. But you definitely should research it. A lot of great people, names that I've mentioned before, they have videos dedicated to sales rank and how to research it. Flipping Profits did a great video on explaining with his 2-minute lessons, talking about sales rank, and really check that out. Check out Richie Resells. He also did a fantastic job explaining sales rank. Another question I get is, where do I stock my inventory? So where do I put my inventory when I go out and I source at various stores? Where do I put that inventory? And how long does it take me to send it into Amazon? Within 48 hours of me buying product, it's already wrapped, packed, shipped out. It gotta be quick, especially when you're looking at sales rank, and if things are selling like hotcakes, then you really want them out there because you want to sell them. You don't want to store them. Okay. The only time you're really storing product, God bless eBay, right? We all have our issues with eBay, but when I'm sourcing for Amazon, honestly, on a Thursday night and a Friday, I'm taking care of de-stickering on Friday. Saturday, I'm packing it up. Sunday, I'm driving it to UPS. So I generally try to have a 48-hour rule around when I get product. My turnaround is sometimes it's even 24 hours. So, if I get a full day off, then I will take that full day. I will source products. That night, I will prep my products, take the stickers off, making sure the boxes are clean, wiping things down, whatever it is to make it look nice, because you're selling to people who are spending money on your product. Then the next morning, I'm packing, and then I'm shipping. So I try to do 24 to 48 hours, and I work right out of my garage right now. I was working out of our spare bedroom, but things started getting I started accumulating a lot of product, and with another baby on the way, that bedroom is no longer considered a work area. So I had to kind of move everything out to the garage. So I'm out in the garage in the cold. I'm freezing my ass off. I got a heater there. In the summertime, I'm sure I'm going to be sweating. I'll have 3 fans on me, oscillating, and all this other stuff. So hopefully looking to buy into some kind of warehouse space, leasing out for my business. All right. Last question that I always get is, do I need to own a business to start Amazon or eBay? And the answer is no. You don't need to be a business owner to start your business. Although it would not hurt to go to your local town hall. If you're thinking about being serious, go file for your business certificate. My town, it cost me $20. Go get a business certificate, start your DBA, open up a business checking account with a DBA or a sole proprietorship, and start getting serious. You can start getting used to getting your business funds, keeping them separate from your personal funds. And then eventually, if you want to work up to an LLC, then you get an LLC. Now, the difference between sole proprietorship and LLC, I can do a video on that another time. But right now, we'll just keep it simple. The short answer is no. For an individual account, you could sign up for nothing. You don't need a business for that. When you do a professional account, it gets a little bit more detail-oriented, and that you can research on your own. But check that out. I do own I am a small business owner. I do own my own business. We just went from sole proprietorship to forming an LLC. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like that's really going to help me when we start our wholesale business and if we dabble into private label. So that's going to help a lot. You don't need a business to start. You just need to start. Okay? Just start. Stop making excuses. $8, take $1, take $2, buy some books, send them in, whatever. Do it. Okay? Listen, thank you for watching this video. If you have any more questions, drop them down in the comment section below. Let me know what you have. You know I'm on Instagram all the time, at Richie Hustles. And I'm here to hopefully answer any questions that you have. I'm learning every day. So if I don't have the answer, I'll try to get the answer. It is what it is, man. I'm human just like you. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Keep hustling out there. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.